In this lecture, we're going to create your first WordPress page. Now, the information served up by WordPress is pretty much separated into two categories. There's pages and then there are posts. Now, pages are the fixed data that you need to construct a website. They're things like your About page, your Home page, your contact page, and so on. So they're all the fixed pages. They don't change. And then there's your blogs. So there's blog posts. So you got pages and posts. And posts are blog posts are the information part of things that people are coming to read. They're articles about particular topics. So that's the two categories, and they both look pretty much the same when you're creating them, but they serve different purposes. Pages are usually linked to the menu on the top, while blog posts appear on your blog page and can be searched for. So let's go over and create our first page, the About page. And this page is usually either about yourself, if this is a personal site, or about the site, if this is more general. So let's jump over to WordPress and get working on our first page. Here I am in WordPress. And by the way, I wanted to give you an update on plugins. I finally remembered the fourth plugin that I wanted, Anti-Spam Bee. Now what this does is it looks for spam in people's comments. People can comment on your posts. So it removes spam. A lot of people use post comments to advertise sunglasses and various other things. So Anti-Spam Bee automatically catches those and throws them into a spam file that you can check to make sure that it is spam. And you don't have to deal with all of those spammy comments to all of your posts. So this is a good add-on. The other thing I wanted to point out that I didn't point out when we talked about plugins is that all these plugins have settings, and you may have to go configure them. So the classic editor has settings. I can't imagine what you need to set. Or with the cache, they have standard settings that I think are fine. At Anti-Spam Bee, I clicked on the settings and I looked at these, and these are I can use the generic ones. The one that may need to be configured when we get to it in the next lecture, when we set up our contact page, is Contact Form 7. It needs to know who you are, where you want to send the contact information and stuff like that. Now also notice as you start adding things pop up here in the left column. So we have a Lightspeed cache entry here because we have the Lightspeed cache plugin. We have the extra entry here because we have the extra theme. Let me see, where are the others hiding? Contact is for Contact Form 7. I believe Settings, yes, has Anti-Spam Bee. The classic editor, you just go to Settings here to edit it. Now we're about to see the classic editor because that's enough about plugins. Let's go create our first page. And you do that by going to Pages, where you can either add new or see all the pages. Let's see all the pages. So we've got a privacy notice. That might come in handy. Sample page, not interested. Let's trash that. And we got rid of that. Now it's interesting. When you delete things, you move them to the trash on WordPress, which I think is rather clever, because I can always go back to the trash and I can take one of these and I can restore it. So deleting doesn't mean it's gone forever, which I think is really nice. Okay, let's go over to all, and we'll add our first page by saying Add New. Now you're about to see the classic editor because it's not going to jump into the block editor. Or Divi. Here you can use Divi. Let me show you why I'm not showing you Divi. If I go to Divi, start building, take the tour, all of this stuff. How do I end the tour? There's end the tour. You can see this is a much more, it just keeps going on, doesn't it? It's a much more complicated editor, and it would probably take an entire course just to explain how to use the Divi editor. So we're going to stick with the classic editor. This is the editor that WordPress had for years before they made the Gutenberg block editor the default editor, and I don't particularly like it. It's very much like the Divi builder. It builds in blocks. We just need to type some text here. So I'm going to make this the About page by typing About. Now, once I click outside of this area, what it does is it creates a what's called a permalink. This is the permanent link to the page. So it's the website name slash this thing with no spaces. Spaces are replaced by hyphens. So if you have a multi-word title, that it puts hyphens in here and it makes everything lowercase. So it automatically creates a link to the page. Now we can create the content here. And I'm going to cheat a little. I'm going to go over to Udemy, and we're going to make this about me, and I'm going to get my instructor profile and grab my bio out of here. Now I might just need a few words to introduce myself up front, but let's select all this, copy it, and then we'll go over to WordPress and I'll paste it, and then we'll come up to the top and we'll introduce, hi, my name is Brian Jackson. I'm the proprietor of this website. So we put on a little intro so that they know who we're talking about, and then I have my bio here. Now, at any time, we can preview what we've got by hitting the preview button here. Opens a new tab, and this is what it's going to look like when you go to the About page. Nice, huh? So type in your own about. Either make it about the site, you know, how you constructed the site, what's the purpose of the site, why is it here, how people can use it, or make it about yourself if it's a more personal blog. And later we're going to add the About page to the menu up here. You see we have a default menu. This is uncategorized, is the default category for all posts, and home is the home page. So if we click on that, we'll go back to this home page that we remember. Now, the final thing that you need to do is you need to publish. Okay, we can save a draft if we don't want people to see it yet, but when you're finally ready, you come here and you say publish. Now, the other thing that's really nice to do with a blog, especially, or a blog post, especially with the extra theme, which displays these images, is to come down here. Notice there's more settings that you can set, and one of them is featured image. Okay, and we're going to click on that, and what we get to do is we get to pick an image that we would like to be up at the top of the blog post. So let's upload a file. I'll select files. This time I'll go to my Pixabay directory. Pixabay is a free online source of images. Oh, I like this. Let's make that our image. So we upload it to our media, we select it, and then we say, set that as the featured image. So that's going to be the featured image for this blog post. And then whenever you make a change, you got to come up here and you got to say update. And that's it. We've just created our first page. Actually, I don't know if we get the image. I know we get it on a post, but let's preview this one more time. Now it looks like the image isn't going to pop up. The images only pop up on posts. That's okay. We've got the image here anyway, and it didn't hurt anything. So that was creating your first page, your About page. In the next lecture, we're going to use the Contact Form 7 plugin to create a contact page. I'll see you there.